Good evening. So we're going to play a little drive time football, CFL 2025. I had rated the 2025 CFL teams using John's fictional team set, and then asked John if he'd please make these for me so I could then have them printed, and got these back today from the printer. So yes, the caveat here is these are not, of course. John has not yet devised whether he's going to make like a CFL version of the game, but this should work ultimately for what I want to do. So we are going to play some CFL. I've had to, we're rating interceptions, fumbles, kick, and punt returns equal for every team because we just don't know. There is no statistical information here for 2025. It's a projection set. But I did look at last year's data and look to project the offense, the defense, scoring, etc. So it'll be kind of fun. So I've got the Ottawa Redblacks and the Saskatchewan Roughriders. I played this game yesterday with my game, BCF football, with my Canadian set, which I put on the channel. It was incredibly fun. But I want to play the entire 2025 season with DTF. So I'm going to play this game again. So this will be a second game. I know there's a game that's also gone on today. I'm going to play that probably tomorrow, and then I'm hoping to kind of play my games during the week to keep up with the CFL. I did refrain from setting up my team cards until I saw what Ottawa did in the box scores and what Saskatchewan did in the box scores yesterday. So now I know who their starting lineup is. So I've got Ottawa's starting lineup, or at least based on the statistical performance from last night's real game. Anyway, long story short, thank you, John. Again, this is a custom set that I sent him the data on. I did, of course, pay him for this custom set because I would never ask somebody to do something, and that's just not cool. So that's done. But thank you, John, for getting these done so quick. It was unbelievable. He got them done like the same day. It was amazing. Also, for those who don't know, John has now got passing and receiving TD yardage, rushing touchdown yardage, field goal made yardage, field goal missed yardage, and potential blocks. So drive time football now, folks. And for those who don't know, he is working on player finders now for drive time football. So in my opinion, John has now really pushed up drive time football to be every bit as remarkable as basketball and hockey. And I want to thank you, John, because I love football. Drive time football is my favorite football game, and just adding these pieces have made it are just going to make it so much greater for me. We're going to flip a coin. Ottawa. Let's see. We're going to go ahead, see if Ottawa can win this. It is tails. It's going to be Saskatchewan. We're going to have Saskatchewan is going to take the ball here. So Saskatchewan. All right, so we do have kick and punt returns. So Saskatchewan's going to take the kick, and I'm going to roll right now to see if they return the opening kickoff for a touchdown. They do not. Saskatchewan goes to work. Defense 8 is going to be a red zone, so Saskatchewan drives down into the red zone, folks. Let's see what they do. And we look at Saskatchewan's red zone. These are D12 teams for me. I prefer the D12 version of the game, not the D14. D14 is amazing, by the way. It's got more detail, more depth. I prefer the simplicity of this set. I would say the D14, for people who want historical accuracy, that's a better set. I prefer, certainly for my fictional teams and things, I prefer the simplicity of the one red zone. So 9 is a field goal. So we're going to get a field goal. How far was that field goal? Right? And yellow's high. The field goal is 14. It's going to be a 23-yard field goal. So we're going to a 23-yard field goal. And the field goal kicker here is Lothar for Saskatchewan. All right. Awesome. Ottawa Redblacks. Here we go. Ottawa now. They have a kick return. We're going to give it a shot. Ooh, they do not get it, but they go to work. Ottawa goes to work. It's going to be defense. So we're going to be looking at defense for fumble. So they cough it up. And Saskatchewan's going to take over. They have a fumble return TD of 2, and they do not. Wow, that was close, though. Saskatchewan takes over. Here we go. It's going to be the defense of the Redblacks. 5 is punt. And Ottawa. And with punt return for Ottawa is not for a touchdown. Ottawa goes to work. It's going to be defense. 10, punt. So these teams, man. Oh yeah, by the way, should be rolling for on those punts. Should be rolling for a rouge, right? So let's go ahead and back and let's roll for Saskatchewan's chance at getting a rouge. They did not. The Redblacks did. Wow. So the Redblacks scored a single, actually. Punt. Single. Folks, can you believe it? It's 1-0 Ottawa on a single. Holy cow, that is too cool. I forgot to say on a punt you should check. All right, here we go. Saskatchewan, will they get their next possession, their extra drive? 7, they will. And offense, a 9 is going to be a punt. And let's go ahead and check that route. Nope. And will Ottawa get their next drive? Yeah. Oh, no, 11. They do not. So that's going to end the first quarter, folks. It's 1-0. Unbelievable. Ottawa takes over. Excuse me. I rolled for Ottawa. Yeah, right. Ottawa takes over for the second quarter. And Ottawa goes to work here. By the way, Bob Dice coaching Ottawa. Quarterbacks Drew Brown, Standback, and Crum are the halfbacks, are the running backs. Hardy, Addison, Lewis, and White are our wide receivers. Punt return and kick returned by Dedman. Malden is the DL. Pickett is the linebacker, and Fry is the DB. Ward is the place kicker. PT is punter is Leone. And again, I'm basing these defensive guys by the box score production right now. So over the course of the season, I may tweak this if somebody ends up on the bench. Saskatchewan Roughriders are coached by Corey Mace. Trevor Harris is at the helm. We've got Olette at running back, and Bertrand Hudden is also the other back. We got Emilus, Johnson, Picton, and Mayers are the receivers. We've got Alfred returning punts and kicks. We've got Carney, Thurman, and Fields in the defense. Lothar and punter is Couch. All right, Ottawa goes to work. It's going to be defense 7. That's going to be a punt. And let's see. Nope, they do not score another single point. Saskatchewan with the ball. I've already rolled for their punt returns and their kick returns, so we're not doing that again. Defense 6 is going to be a red zone trip for Saskatchewan. Red zone. We're going to go back to Saskatchewan for the red zone. Touchdown run, baby. Touchdown run of 51. 51 is a 3-yard TD run. So we're going to say that is Olette. 3-yard run. Extra point is good. PAT. And there it is, folks. Saskatchewan takes the lead 7-1. All right, the Redblacks go to work. Offense 4 is going to be a fumble. They lose another fumble. Big hit by Saskatchewan. That'll be Carney. Recovered by Thurman. They're going to take it back to the house. Let's find out. Oh, dang it. A second time they almost did. Saskatchewan goes to work. It's going to be offense 8. Red zone. Uh-oh. Saskatchewan's getting hot. In the red zone is 9. It's going to be a field goal. How long was this field goal? 98. Holy cow. 98 is 53-yard field goal. 53-yard field goal by Lothar. Oh, wait. Saskatchewan did score in the first quarter. Sorry, it was 3-1. And they're going to score again, Lothar. So the first quarter, it's Ottawa's 1-3. Saskatchewan has scored 10 points since. Let's see if Ottawa gets their extra drive. They might. Does time run out? It does not. So Ottawa's going to get their final drive of the half. Offense 5 is going to be intercepted, picked off. That's going to be Brown. Intercepted by Fields, and Fields going to take it back to the house. Yep, touchdown Fields. Pick 6. Filled the crowd on their feet as Saskatchewan is going to get a pick 6, baby. And they're going to make their PAT. Holy cow, Brown throws a pick 6. Fields returns this back for a PAT. Saskatchewan gets their extra drive. Does time run out on them? Yes, it does. Folks, Saskatchewan scores 17 points in the second. Ottawa gets nothing. Holy cow. Saskatchewan scored that. So we're going into the third quarter. It's going to be Saskatchewan, or it's going to be Ottawa getting the kickoff in the third quarter. Folks, it's 20-1. 20-1. Ottawa gets the ball to start the second half. It's going to be 6. Red zone. Ottawa drives down into the red zone. What do? It's going to be a 10. 10 is a field goal, so we're going to get another field goal. That field goal 18. Field goal 18 is going to be a 24-yarder for Ward. 24-yard field goal. Man, so chip shot field goal for these guys. Saskatchewan goes to work. It's going to be offense 5. It's going to be a punt. Do they score a rouge? They do. Holy cow, they're going to score a rouge. 1 point for Saskatchewan. Ottawa with the ball on the kickoff. It's going to be offense 3 as turnover on downs, TOD. That should be more common. Remember, these are not based on CFL. They're based on the fictional teams. But probably would see more turnover on downs in a real CFL historical set of cards. I don't know. I haven't seen the turnover on downs data compared to punts, etc. But they do go for it a lot more on 3rd and short in Canadian football. Saskatchewan with the ball after the turnover on downs. It's going to be defense 9. It's going to be a punt. Can Saskatchewan score another one? Nope, but they did punt the ball away. Ottawa, extra drive will happen. Ottawa takes off on their extra drive. Defense 7 is going to be a punt. Do they score 1 point? They do not. Saskatchewan, will they get their final drive? 7? Yes, they will. Of the 3rd quarter, Saskatchewan goes to work. Picked off. Saskatchewan's going to get intercepted here. That's going to be Harris. Drops back, sets his feet, looks, fires. Intercepted by Fry. Does Fry take this back to the house? No. But that's going to end the quarter, folks. Red zone. Ottawa scores 3. So it's 4 points for them. We got a rouge. Harris intercepted, so 1 point. Folks, it is 21-4 in a crazy game. Holy cow, 21-4. All right, that's probably too high. What you should probably do, similar to John's rule. So I'm gonna kind of work this out because again, we haven't done this before, right? With a Canadian set of rules. So you roll a kick return once, and that's it. Whether you get it or you don't roll again. Punt return, you get to roll whether you get it. Now, interceptions and fumbles, you get to roll every time. Probably with a single point, it should probably be 1 roll for the game, and you don't roll again, right? So you don't end up getting, 5 rouge in, 1 game, right? Which probably won't happen, but I would suggest the 1 point should probably be. Now, this is not John's rule. This was my rule that I was going to roll a rouge after every punt and failed field goal. So if you miss a field goal or you punt, we would check for a rouge. That's probably too much, right? So anyway, Ottawa, 4th quarter about to get underway. So again, I'll work that out as I play through this first season ever of the DTF Canada. Defense, 9. So it's going to be a punt. I will continue to roll for that rouge, though, for Ottawa. No, they don't get it. Just because I hate to screw them out of their opportunities to score here in this game. Defense 7 is going to be a red zone trip for Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan gets down close. 9 is going to be a field goal. Lothar with his 3rd field goal of the day. This one is how far? Ooh, 80. This one's going to be 44-yard boomer for Lothar. Man, in Saskatchewan, hometown fans on their feet roaring as Saskatchewan's going to have a great opening for the season for them. Ottawa goes to work. Offense 8 is going to be red zone, so Ottawa's threatening. They get down the field. And 9, it's going to be a TD pass, baby. Drew Brown rolls to the right, finds room, fires a TD pass of 39. 39 is going to be a 10-yard TD pass, 10-yard pass, 2. And we're going to roll White in the extra point. The extra point is good. PAT is good. And Ottawa needed that badly. Here we go. Saskatchewan goes back to work. It's going to be defense 5. It's going to be a punt. Do they score? They do. Wow, so punt, but they're going to get a 1-point rouge again. So again, we're probably seeing that's a little too high rate. So according to what my research, 5 to 10% of all the points scored in the Canadian Football League are 1 points. So 5 or 10%. So if a team scored 500 points, that would be what? 25 points maybe on the year would be from those. So I don't know. I just don't know exactly what that looks like. But Maybe I can find more data for that. But either way, we're gonna play it this way until this game's over. 5 for the Ottawa is going to get their extra drive. Does time run out? It does. So Ottawa will not get their last drive. Saskatchewan extra drive. Yes. Does time run out on them? No. Saskatchewan with a ball late. Offense 6 is red zone. So Saskatchewan may run it up here, folks, as they drive down into the red zone. Touchdown pass for Trevor Harris. So Harris drops, sets, fires. It's a nice straight pass. Trevor Harris doesn't have to move around in the pocket. 37 is going to be 9 yards. 9-yard TD pass to... out of the backfield, Bertrand Houdon. Bertrand Houdon. Extra point is good. P-A-T. Wow, what a game, folks. The very first game. And let's go ahead and get our fourth quarter here. We had Sask score a field goal. Sask got a ruse. That's 5. And another 7 is 12 more points for Saskatchewan. Ottawa did score a touchdown in the fourth quarter. So 11 points for Ottawa. We got 21-33. 33 points for Saskatchewan. That's actually pretty accurate. I mean, not compared to, say, last night's game, but 33-11 is not crazy. 20, 32, 33. Saskatchewan is going to open the season 1-0, just like they did in real life. Ottawa will fall to 0-1. And there it is, folks. Game 1 under our belt for the DTF CFL. Drive time football using the Canadian football teams that I have made from using his fictional projection set, using his fictional teams. Then we went with data that correlates to these. And then I gave him the numbers for interceptions, touchdowns, kick returns, etc. that I wanted every team to share because we don't know how that's going to go. And there it is, folks. And I will continue to play these games. I'm going to try to catch up the game from today. And then at some point over the course of the weekend, I will try to get the other 2 games done. I think there'll be just 4 games a week. So I should be able to get games played basically during the week before the upcoming week. But I'll play them just as I have time. I'm not worried about predicting the CFL. I just want to play along with the season with 2025 projection teams. So there it is, Saskatchewan 33, Ottawa 11. It's kind of fun to play the league that's actually happening now. So thanks for watching. Good day.